Alright everybody, welcome to part 2 of the review. We got cut off there, so there's one last stomp box, which is the Tube Screamer, modeled after the Ibanez Tube Screamer, and I'm just going to give you a quick run of that. So it's pretty good. It's a bit more muddy than I'd like, but it works. Let's go into the amp models really quickly. This is the Dix model, which one of these is modeled after a Marshall amp from the 60s. These next couple ones, I don't really know what they're modeled after, though. I know one's a Marshall, but here's its clean sound. Gotta turn up the gains. So you get a good balance of sound there. It's closely related to the Fender Twin, so it's suiting that they're beside each other. And here's its distorted channel. The distortion's a bit plasticky again. It's okay, but it's not my kind of thing. Moving on, we're doing the clean channel of the Pixie, and this is the one that I think is to model the sound of the British invasion. It's either this one. Wait, no. This is the one that I think is after the Marshall. The next one's modeling the sound of the British invasion. So here's the Pixie. And here's its distorted channel. It's pretty good for distortion. I'm not the biggest fan of the clean channel. I like it, but the distortion's a lot better. This is the Brit channel. No idea what amp this is modeled after. And you'll have a hard time finding out. I've been looking on Google. So sorry I'm no help there, but maybe you can figure it out. Nice sparkly highs there. It even brings out the high in the neck pickup, which is interesting. It's not too sharp, but it captures the highs a lot better than the lows. Even though it is EQ'd to capture more of the lows, so it's an interesting model. I mean, I like it just fine. And here's its distorted. So it's got a good distortion on it. PV, if there's one thing I can do, is I can do gain. They're very good at high gain amplifiers. The Brit channel on this is just awesome for that. So this is the B-Cat model. Once again, no idea what it's modeled after. So here's how it sounds, clean. It's a bit too muddy for my taste, but we throw some dirt on top of it and put it into its overdriven channel. Sounds awesome with distortion. What you need ultimately is a combination of the twin for your clean and then something like that for your distorted. It's just brilliant. Now moving on to the PV Classic, I actually test all my guitars in store on an actual PV Classic 30. So it's a good sound. Once again, it's a bit thicker than I'd like. In the modeling version, the actual PV Classic 30 itself is an amazing sounding amp. And if you got the money to drop down on it, I mean, it won't do near as much as this, and it costs more. And it's like, what, a fourth of the power, but it's good. Right into the distorted channel. It just screams. Awesome. Now we're moving into the high gain channels. We're starting with the Triple X. This is the only one on this side of the amp that is going to sound clean. Like, it's the only one that has a true clean tone. And it's real nice and jangly. Work awesome, and any way you put it, it'll work awesome. But here's where it once again really shines when we kick it into its dirty channel here. Just listen to that gain. I love that. That is just awesome when you want to kick it in high gain. And I've read reviews that say these humbuckers can't handle that. No noise at all. Even when you get the noise gate to not interfere. It's awesome. These humbuckers are amazing. They're not quite as good as like Fender wide ranges, but they'll do the trick. Now we're going into Joe Satriani's model that PV has done for him. This is its clean